Hello YouTubers, Charles here, playing some more Kerbal Space Program. Now, last time we came back from Minmus and achieved, or gathered a lot of science points, so let's see what we can unlock. We got 1,644 science points. We could unlock this for 90. I'm gonna hold off, see if we have some spare at the end. Advanced exploration. This would be nice. But the barometer is not really gonna get us too much on the moon. The moon basically will be our next destination. I don't actually think we'll go there. This trip, or this episode, I'm gonna get this regardless. We will be able to use this to get some science while taking off and flying around Kerbin, but there's no atmosphere on the moon, so it won't do us any good. This is actually pretty good, I think. More solar panels and a bigger battery. This would be good if we were going for some satellites or something like that. Not really going for a flight right now, so I'll skip that. This could be good, but we haven't really looked at any asteroids yet, and seeing that I think we're only a week into this or so, maybe 2 weeks, probably none have gotten close yet. Specialized construction. This has some docking ports. No, we haven't gotten any docking ports yet. So this might be good for going to the moon. If we're making an Apollo type ship where we keep one ship in orbit with extra fuel and land a lander. Doing something like that can allow you to make multiple trips from the surface back up to the orbiter. The orbiter could have a science module that I have unlocked, the processing lab, so you get more science, and then can reuse your goo canisters and material bay. This I think is definitely going to be helpful no matter what we do. In fact, at this point, we have plenty of science. Get these. At this point, what do we have? Well, that's 500. That will take half of our remaining. I don't think we want to go very heavy quite yet. Nuclear propulsion. That would be helpful if we were going out to another planet. I'm not sure we're going to be doing that yet. This is more docking ports and decouplers. Don't think we'll be needing that yet. Don't need those. This will give us the 2-man lander can and a bigger RCS. An escape system. The bigger RCS and the bigger lander can, I think would be helpful for going to the moon. It's 300. Alright, this is another science part, and that really should be our main aim, to get all the science parts that lets you get science quicker. Alright, advanced landing, which we don't have. So I'm gonna take this, it's only 90 science, and that will let us get the bigger landing struts. And that will... well, we don't... yeah, a little rover body, but that's probably not going to be too useful. 154 left. 454 left, sorry. 154 if I got one of these 300s. Which is just shy of getting one at this level and one at this level. We can get two at this level and then have some left over. I think I'm gonna go do that. This only gets us one part. But arguably it's a more useful part than the science parts. Or science parts. Aircraft parts. So I am gonna take this grabbing unit, and we got 134 left, which is not enough for that, and obviously not enough for anything else. So we're gonna call that our science, or our tech gathering for this episode. And hey Gene, let's see what missions are available. Actually, we have quite a few that are active, and I think the rest of this episode will be taking care of some of these outstanding contracts. So this gives us 60 science, and we need to test the LV-1 liquid fuel engine while orbiting. Need to test the LV-1R while orbiting. I think those are both small engines. This is at 90 to 100 basically, and this is at 83 to 96, so we could accomplish both of these at the same time. Test a small gear bay while orbiting. We could do that as well. And we have a big engine to test. This is the 2x1 NASA part. It's also at the same altitude. We gotta test a mainsail liquid engine while orbiting, also similar altitude. Test a Rockomax brand decoupler while orbiting. This is a lower orbit though. Test a turbojet while in flight. That's a That's a lot of science right there. What do we have available? Plant a flag on Minmus. Wow. You guys gonna talking to us a few days ago. Well, we got 12 years, so I'm going to... Should I take... That's pretty good pay. Science from a mountain on Minmus. We'll be going back there eventually. We also have 12 years. Hydraulic detachment manifold. While landed. That sounds really easy for a little bit of science. This is probably not worth doing. Very little science, very little pay. It probably isn't that hard, but you'd have to build just a ship for it. Test a launch escape system. Landed at Minmus. Sure. And rescue Eldagy Kerman. I always like the rescue missions. I'm gonna take this. I'm not gonna go for it right away. All right. So let's quickly look through these. I'm not gonna plant the flag or get science. Detach manifold, that sounded easy. I'm not gonna rescue right now. LV1 and LV1R sounds pretty easy. As well as a small gear bay. I mean, really. Not gonna do explore the moon. That also kind of sounds easy. Maybe this. I'll leave the mainsail for now. I'll leave the turbojet engine. So this is quite a ship. Let's see if we can build something that satisfies all of that. Alright, we'll start off with a pod, and we need it to get back, so we will stick on it 2 parachutes. A pair of parachutes. There we go. There's our pair of parachutes. Putting a small stack decoupler on here because the thing we need to test at launch is the escape system. Oh! I noticed landed, I did not notice Minmus. We will not be testing that. Not right now. Alright, we have something extra to do on our Minmus return flight, but that'll be after the moon. Okay. We need LV1s and LV1Rs. We're the LV1 and LV1R. tiny engines. We need some fuel for you. We will attempt to bring you guys back. Zoom in here so I can see what I'm doing. Alright. And so that will be what's returning. So that'll be the LV1 and LV1Rs, and anything we need to do is put these in their own stage. There we go. Next, small gear bay. As under utility, small gear bay. Something like that. I hope that works. Rocco Max brand decoupler. It will look out of place, it will stick. We will test the Rocco Max brand decoupler. And we need to test the huge 1x2 in orbit. Now the problem is this actually weighs like a ton. Like it weighs 42 tons actually, with 14 of that being liquid fuel and 17 being oxidizer. So yeah, this thing is really heavy and we'll have to get this into orbit, and that will be fun. How are we going to get this into orbit? Well, we now have the mainsail engines. I think we'll wind up using them. Let's get some... Well, actually, I wonder if this will actually work. Hoping I can fit an orange tank. It looks like it may just fit. Or not. What if I do it like that? I think that's 45 degrees. Okay. That'll fit on. And put some engines on there. I'll hold Alt and copy this. And of course, it's not what I wanted to happen. I want to try to get this lined up as much as possible. Alright, actually that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna have this be a asparagus staged. I want these all to go off at the same time. So these two will drop first. These outer two. Because they'll be filling or fueling these other two. And hopefully that will be enough to get us into space. Well, with some help. First, let's get some space tape, or struts as they're called. To hold these from wobbling. That should be all the way around. Alright, that should be holding everybody pretty good there. That's pretty good. And I will... Can't increase the mirror symmetry mode. Come on, move down. There we go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy expensive. But the plan is hopefully to get a good amount of science from this. Okay, we have just one more test. Hydraulic detachment manifold landed at Kerbal. That's you. And you will be the first. You should go down here. Alright, these are all the boosters. And we'll add some space tape to the boosters. Otherwise they will tend to wobble around. And cause problems as well. Yeah, with one joint, basically the thrust at the bottom tends to tip the top in. Basically try and rotate around that, and having the strut here will stop that. Okay, I hope this all works. I think we need to be up quite that high. Something like that. And hopefully this has the thrust to weight to get to space. I just guesstimate I don't have any utilities or tools or mods that will do that. And this is 17. Oops. Here, alright. Save, and let's launch. Alright, it is daytime here. I'm going to turn the camera like this so we can watch these come off. Let us close. This is the first thing we'll be doing. Test. And we'll be doing that as well. And a small gear bay. We'll be testing that. No jet engine. We'll also be testing the decoupler. We won't be doing mainsail in orbit. We'll just be using them to get to orbit. Okay. I think that's everything. I'm gonna... Oh... We'll be good. I thought we need some electricity, but hopefully we won't be in orbit too long and we can get power from this, I hope. No, we can't. Let us revert to assembly. Little things I keep forgetting. Actually, even not so little things I keep forgetting. Utility. We got all these nice We'll put 4 on. Alright. Let's resave this and go back for launch. Okay. Let's quickly set this back up. All right. Turn this way. Let's turn on SAS. Hydraulic detachment manifold. Let's stage. Tested. Alright. We now need to get into orbit to test all the rest. So we are going to lift off. Let's throttle up. In 3, 2, 1. Nice lift off here. Throttle back at about 150 or so meters per second. So I don't want to go over 200, and those solids are going to push us pretty good, I think. About that, the mainsails on the orange tanks do overheat. But yeah, we are picking up speed. We're actually going over 200. Alright, throttle back up in a second. And that was disastrous. Yeah, not what I was hoping for. Log some pressure data. Let's keep that. Now back on our way down. Oh, wow, this is pretty powerful. How high are we going? 51. We may make it in space just with this. I don't think we can get the test off that we need. Need more than 20 though. Wow. Alright, we are in space. It does have a run test button. We're not in orbit yet. We're not testing the mainsail. We are testing the 1x2. Alright, we don't have much fuel left. Actually, if I say stage only, yeah, we have approximately not much fuel left. Is that 5%? I don't know. A small amount. This will be our least amount we can burn to get into orbit, I believe. So let us fast forward. We want to get just to orbit and not go any higher than that. So we're already too high on the high side. Spent too much fuel. Let's get our thrust. Cut. Let's close this and alright, we are in orbit. We're gonna take a few orbits here. We don't have a sail. Let's take a few orbits here and see what we can get. We're coming down when we're under 100. What are we doing on... Well, if we had a problem with power when the sun came up, we no longer had a problem with power. Actually, yeah, we're coming in here. This has a run test, so I'm thinking maybe we can still get this bit of science. I thought we had a stage and start this in orbit, but apparently we may not have had to. As you can see, we lost most of our ship and still got into orbit. This is really powerful, and the rest of our ship is really light. And it's about 1,000 meters here. Alright, it says we're all good to go. Let us hit run test. Okay, that worked. Small gear bay when we're down to 97. Well, we have 2 of them. 98. Alright, 97. Run test. Great. I have no idea what kind of test that was. Next. We don't have a mainsail, but we do have a decoupler. This one is at 83. And it's about 10 kilometers further down. So we're going to time warp a little bit. Alright, we are in range. Let us decouple. Oh, that may not have been... LV1. Still in orbit? Barely, but yeah, we're still in orbit. And there's Alda G. We'll get you next time. How about the LV1Rs? Alright, for both of them, we need to be coming up and actually... Oh. Yeah. Testing mainsail. Don't have them. Alright, so let's fast forward. Coming up, and somewhere just about 90 we can do them both. Alright, good for the R's, and in a minute here we'll be good for the non-Rs, the non-radial ones. Alright, let's do that first. Okay, and now let's do the radials. Okay, we got 6 contracts fulfilled here. In one mission. All we need to do is land safely. Let's add a maneuver. And actually gonna put us out like that. We'll be coming down pretty steep. Yeah, we're really maneuverable now. I don't think it's a 2-second burn there. I'm gonna start start burning now, because yeah, that is not a 2-second burn. Close up those wheels, we don't need them out. Why that? Okay. We're technically still going up, but our apoapsis is relatively soon, and then we'll be dropping down, and hopefully we'll be catching the air and slowing down right above Kerbal Space Center. Should have done a seismic scan before I took off. That's what I wanted to do, and then when we landed... Oh well, we'll get one when we land. Alright, this one hasn't been used yet. I'll also get some pressure data as we re-enter. But for now, until we do re-enter, let's fast forward this. Alright, we are re-entering. It's also the dark side. Let us turn off our SAS to save on fuel or electricity, because really that's all we have to worry about right now, is making sure we have electricity until we land. Alright, I'm not sure what will give us the most science. I'm going to wait. Let's see. Yeah, we're below 50. Let's see if we can get a reading here. Upper atmosphere. Let's keep that data. Let's review. And this was just flying. Those both count as separate things, I believe, so a little extra bonus science. Alright, we're coming down. Oh, that wasn't as far out as I thought it was. Coming down pretty quick. There's Kerbal Space Center. Do want to land on the land. So I'm gonna increase slowing down with our engines. Alright, I think that's going to make sure we get on the land. Parachutes will guarantee that. Alrighty. Actually, it turned out decently good that I had kind of missed my estimate. I don't think you can get accelerometer readings in the water. And this will be not too far, 16 kilometers away. So we should get a good recovery, although we lost most of the ship. We did get all the tests done. So it was a failure in one part and success in another. And by completely over-engineering it, we still managed to succeed at the mission. Although, probably wasted a lot of money doing that. Okay. Parachutes are open. We're coming down at 4.9 meters per second. Which is, well, should be safe enough. I'm going to time warp a bit. Looks relatively flat, but I can't tell from this altitude. Alright, that looks close. Alright, we landed without breaking anything. Let's log some seismic data from the Kerbal grasslands. Only 6 science, but let's keep it and recover the vessel. We got 6 science from the grasslands, the seismic scan, pressure scan while flying got us 8.4. Pressure scan from the upper atmosphere got us another 8.4. Recovery got us nothing. But we now have 451. We had, was it 130 or so? 97.3% recovery value. The photovoltaic cells are expensive. I should, oh no, that was the barometer. Photovoltaic cells aren't. Barometers are expensive. And the seismometers are really expensive. Okay. Don't pack more of those than you'll need. And Jebediah came back safely. So what can we get with all this science? Well, each of these are 300, so we can get one of these, and not quite that again. Out of all of these, what would help the most? Well, if our goal is to go to the moon and be able to make multiple landings and come back into orbit and then land again, I think this would be the most useful then. This lander can would help us for that, but also seats 2, and we can do the rescue mission with just this and one pilot. And the bigger RCS fuel tank would be helpful for the in-orbit ship for refueling. So I think I'm going to go with this. And leaves us with 151 science. And I think this is what we'll call it an episode. I might do a little more next time, fulfilling the contracts we have, and then it's off to the moon, I think. So we definitely have the technology to get there. I just want to make sure when we do get there, we get all the science we can. So, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time in another episode of Kerbal Space Program First Contract. See you guys then.